Welcome to True Love Show with Rich Rose Benema Swain, aka Madam Love Wantinti. I want you to know that in this show, being a family show, we do everything. We do everything to help your family. I will always come with persons to join me in discussion, but sometimes you see me alone, just like you're seeing me today. And so the show is all encompassing, just to help you have a blissful relationship in your marriage. All right, I'm here today with a very beautiful topic as usual, and it's going to be of great help to you. I want to speak to our ladies and our brothers who are already due for marriage. I want to speak to them. I want to speak to single brothers, single sisters, or men and women who were married before, but somehow their spouse died or something divorced, and now they want to marry again. I want to speak to you. And so the title of my message is Stop Waiting for the Perfect Man. Stop waiting for the perfect woman. You see, this topic have dealt with so many people. This is the reason why so many people are in their father's house, they are growing old, never getting married. Because suitors are coming. Men come their way, women come their way, but they are always like, this is not exactly what I'm looking for. This is not exactly what I want. And so they keep waiting. So in quotes, they are waiting for Miss Perfect or Mr. Perfect. Now the question I want to ask you is, you that is talking, are you perfect? Of course, I know you will tell me, if you want to be sincere, you will tell me no. You know why? Because no man is perfect. No man is perfect. No woman is perfect. We all have our weaknesses. We have our downsides. But here is a man, here is a woman who is due for marriage and keeps saying, well, the kind of person me I want to marry, hey, is from the sky. Yeah, it's from the sky. It's not from this world. Because you can only get perfect individuals from the sky. People who are, who are not just human. They are supernatural. These are the people you get. And then you tell me this person is no imperfection of any kind. But if you want to marry a human being, you want to marry a man, you want to marry a woman, be ready for imperfections. Yes, I'm a counselor. I'm not perfect either. I'm not. If I come to tell you today and say, oh, well, I am Rich Rose, I am Madam Love Quantity, everything about me is just perfect, I am lying. I'm deceiving you. I'm not perfect. I'm still working on myself. It's just that I have passed some levels. There are things I used to struggle with years back that I no longer struggle with because of maturity. And we are expected to grow into maturity. So if you are a man, woman who wants to get married, you are of age. You are of age, for crying out loud, but you're not married. And the only reason you are not married is because you're waiting for Mr. Perfect, you're waiting for Mrs. Perfect. I want to please tell you to reorient yourself. Yes, reorient. The Bible will say renew your mind. Try to, readjust your mind. Because you are going to keep waiting. Now let me tell you, when we marry each other, when we marry men, we marry women, we marry them as raw materials. Yes, you marry individuals as raw material. The imperfections you see in these people are your assignment. Now, many of us don't want to work. That's why somebody will tell you, you want to get married? Sometimes you see all these young girls, bridal tray in weddings, and then the girl, that the bride, like, oh, I want to throw my bouquet. Let's say the next person to wed, and you see all the young girls, everybody are scrappy, they want to catch the bouquet. Do you know that if you are the person that caught that bouquet and now you are next in line to be married, it's like signing for work. You hear me right? Marriage is work. Whether to the man or to the woman. Now, when we say marriage is work, don't get me wrong. I don't want the men to begin to think like, oh, mama, please say it very well. Let the young ladies know that marriage is work. When they get married to us, they are coming to work. Oga, you are not marrying house girl. I remember a short clip I watched online yesterday, and the man was being asked, you want to marry? He said, yes. He said, when I get married, actually, I don't eat cold food, and every food I eat is fresh. So she must keep cooking fresh food for me every day. I don't want to show whereby she will cook one food today, tomorrow she will warm it. I'm not used to eating such food. I eat fresh foods. So the woman that was anchoring him, that was interviewing, was like, who is going to be cooking all this fresh food? He said, my wife, of course. And so she asked him, have you been eating fresh food all your life? He said, no. I've not been eating fresh food, but I'm waiting. When I get married, I'll begin to eat all fresh foods, because my wife will cook fresh food, nothing but fresh food. And the person that was anchoring him was like, Oga, you're going to walk your wife out. So men must have right mindset. Don't have that mindset of, I want to get married to a house girl. Your wife is not a house girl. She's your wife. She's part of you. Before you got married to her, you were washing your clothes, right? Before you got married to her, you were cooking your food. So now that you're married, now that you marry her, once in a while, trying to do one of those things should not make you feel, oh, I'm no longer the man. Why should I be cooking? Why should I wash clothes? Once in a while, like, oh, honey, I just want to help you today. It shouldn't make you feel should not make you feel like, oh, I'm no longer the man. You are still the man, a responsible man at that. You have decided to marry Mr. Right and Mrs. Right. Beautiful. I want to marry a very rich man, beautiful. I want to marry a man with fleets of cars, beautiful. But I want to marry a man also that knows how to eat. He has all the table manners. Madam, he may not have all the table manners. He may not, you may have to teach him. I want to marry a man that is very good at the other room. He may not be very good at the other, you may have to teach him. You see where the work comes in. Yes, you must walk the walk. And every marriage have some measure of work. You must walk. You must walk. You can't run away from it. If you run away from it, then your marriage will suffer. It will not be your portion. It would be your portion in Jesus' name. Your marriage will not suffer. But please, have it at the back of your mind that you will have to work it out. Every marriage you see today working beautiful, the couple in there, they are just so happy and all of that. They worked it out. They worked their marriage out. So you that is there and then you're like, oh no, I'm not going to marry until Mr. Perfect come. Madam, you are going to wait and you are going to have to keep waiting. Or God that is there, right now, many guys will tell you, oh, out there, the girls out there, you don't even know which one is good. They are all after money, money, money. It is our nature. Women love money. It's true. But there are excesses. There are excesses. If you are a woman and you are hanging around a guy and everything you are eyeing about him is his pocket, then something is wrong with you. Yeah, I know women love money. We love to be taken care of. We love a man that can, take care of us, be all over us. But madam, we must equally, culture ourselves and discipline ourselves. You should hang around a man who will be able to say, I know this woman is not after my money. I tell people, I said, I don't see anything wrong if you are a girl in relationship with a man and the man is having birthday. Madam, go and get a good gift for him. Go and get a good gift for him. When you had your birthday the other day, you know how much pressure you mounted on him. You needed gifts. That everybody, on your birthday, on the day of your birthday, when the gift was presented, everybody was like, wow, wow, wow. She's so lucky. Is that the man that she's going to end up marrying? In your own time also, you should do something similar to that. It may not be word for word, but something close to something he will value, something he will appreciate. And no matter how small it may be, depending on your size as a woman. So you see that If you say you're looking for a very handsome man, as a woman, you must equally make yourself beautiful. It's as simple as that. Oh, I need a woman that is so beautiful, a woman I will be proud of, a woman I can go out with, and people will like, wow, who is that woman? Oga, you must equally make yourself handsome. You make yourself handsome. So that when she equally go out with you, she's so proud, like, have you seen my guy? Have you seen him? He's the person I'm going to marry. It's vice versa. Do you know what the word of God says in the book of Genesis? The Bible says he created them after their kinds. So he created tomato after tomato kind. He created mango after mango kind. He created guava after guava kinds. Listen, one thing I've always known, most time when we try to like, oh, I want to get married to Mr. A, B, C, whatever. Listen, it's better you look for how to attract your kind. Because if you attract a kind that is not your kind, there's going to be problem. For example, maybe I'm a lazy person and I need a very hardworking man. You think I'm going to have peace in that marriage? I mean, my husband is very hardworking. He's always even when he's at home, he's with his laptop, he's making calculation, he's thinking, he's always upgrading, he's always going, and all of that. But my own is kitchen. I want to eat and I want to dress. I want to eat, I want to dress. I don't work. I'm always monitoring his ATM card, always monitoring because I want to go get this thing. You think that man will be happy with me? There's going to be crisis in that home because I am not complimenting him. I'm not complimenting him. So now you want to marry a beautiful man. Madam, go and make yourself beautiful. You want to marry a handsome man? Sorry. Go and make yourself beautiful. You want to marry a beautiful lady? Or go and make yourself handsome. Now, the word handsome, the word beautiful, it is in the terms, you're calling it beautiful, but your definition might be different. If you meet a woman that is very hardworking, to some men, that's her beauty. If you meet a woman that is very, very respectful, and she's not lazy, that's her beauty. And that's the reason why they want to marry her. Some persons will like, oh, but she's not tall. So, oh, you say she's not tall? Well, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I know the reason why I'm going for her. I know the reason why I'm going for him. And that's why for persons who will come up and say, is that the person you ended up marrying? Is that the person you ended up getting married to? Please, give them a break. He got married to her. He knows why he's marrying her. He knows what attracted him to her. It was her beauty. It was his handsomeness. Now, the handsomeness may not be in what your definition of handsomeness is. It may not be your definition. Your definition of handsomeness may be a tall, lanky guy. But the handsomeness she is saying is a quiet guy who is very reasonable. So, for you who is there, you're waiting for that Mr. Perfect, Mrs. Perfect. Like I started when I just started this broadcast, I told you that what you are seeing as the ugly part of this man, the weakness, that certainly is the raw material you are supposed to work on. Because in every marriage, there is work to do. As I begin to round up, let me say this. Now, when I'm saying that you must not wait for the handsome man, the beautiful man, you know what your beauty, what your definition of beauty or handsomeness is, and go for it. Go for them. I am not saying you should downplay on compatibility. I think I will do a topic on that very soon. There's what is called compatibility in marriage. For example, I'm a Christian, and that's my faith. That's my faith. Christian faith is my faith. Then I'm falling in love with a guy who is a Muslim. He has his faith. And then there's something he's holding on to very precious about his faith. We must agree very well before we move on with that marriage. Do you understand what I'm saying? Those are things you can't joke with. Because your faith is precious to you. His faith is precious to him too. So if you tell yourself, well, that is my fate, and whether you like it or not, he will join me. He might not join you at the end of the day, and your home will become a combat ground. So those are things you can't joke with. You must make sure you put square hole on square pegs on square hole. Like we normally say, you must spell it out well. There's nothing like I'm in love. No. I'm in love is not up to that. Another is, my profession, is it in alignment? Is it in line with her profession? Because there are some professions that are actually conflicting. And that's why in courtship there must be communication. You must talk. You must sit down to talk. Oh, is that what you want to do? Or is that what you do for a living? Oh, this is what I do for a living. Okay, for example, I'm a pastor and I'm falling in love with somebody whose profession is nightclub. He manages nightclub. Okay, and I'm a pastor. We might not be able to blend. Okay, you must, that part is so important. Your profession, you must agree, you must come to terms. Another is this: when we are now married, how many children do you intend to have? I always tell men, I always talk to men, I said, the issue of how many children we are going to have is not in the hand of the man, it's in the hand of the woman. That's why you must talk about it. There are some men that want to have just 3 kids, 2 boys, 1 girl, or 2 girls, or all girls. But the woman you're planning getting married to want to have 6 children. She want to have 6 children. And you have been crying all your life, I'm going to have just 3 boys or 3 children, whether boy or girl, they are all important. You must discuss with her. I tell you, there are so many men who are married today now, and their regret is that the number of children they had or they have is not what they planned for. You must discuss with the woman. You must come to terms. You must come into agreement. I remember when I got married to my precious husband, who has gone to be with the Lord. We both agreed to have 3 children, 2 boys, 1 girl. But along the line in marriage, I was like, I already have 2 boys, 1 girl. I feel like having another girl. I want to make the equation balance. My husband had to call me and say, please, I already told God this is what I wanted. And that's what he gave me. We needed to talk about it. Because he knew if he did not carry me along, I might just come and tell him I'm pregnant. Because as long as we go to the other room and we do the deal, then, women can be very crafty in that area. If she need more children, and you, the man, you don't need more children, she's going to get her children. As long as you always touch her, you always meet her at the other room, she knows how to work it. So these are areas you must not joke with. But that is different from when he sleeps, he snores. Because he snores, I don't think I can marry him. Huh? You want to miss the man God ordained for you because of snoring? Or she has some measure of body odor. You see, I'm hitting some striking things that make people run. She has some measure of body odor. I don't think I can put up with it. You can help her. There are many deodorants and many things, organic things you can use right now to kill any form of body odor. Don't miss the person God have ordained for you because of those flimsy, I call them flimsy excuses. All right, this is how much I can take on this broadcast. And the broadcast, the title we have been on is Stop Waiting for Mr. Right. Stop waiting for Mrs. Right. Go ahead and get married, because age is already telling on you. And as you move on, the broadcast, try to listen to it, and I'm sure you'll be guided. And then at the end, you'll be happy. Don't forget, you are hanging out with Rich Rose Benson, aka Madam Love 1TT, on this show, True Love. I'll come your way again very, very soon. I want you to get the contact on your screen if you want to reach me for special talk or questions. I'll come again very soon. See you.